Welcome everyone to a very special New Japan Academy Showcase. I'm Mark Orzeka. This is Jordan Castle. We're here in the LA Dojo where history will be made. It's the first ever New Japan Academy Cup.
4 Academy graduates vying for strong survivor contention in a one-night single elimination tournament. Not one, but 2 huge tag team matches. It is the biggest night in Academy Showcase history.
Let's kick it off with our ring announcer, Takaro Shibata.
第1週 NJPW アカデミーカップ2025 1回戦シングルマッチ時間無制限一本勝負を行います。
The New Japan Academy Cup is about to kick off with our opening contest.
It is not the first time Alan Breeze is challenged for the title of Strong Survivor, but looking to make good on a loss.
赤コーナー175センチ90キロアラン・ブリーズ
Fell to inaugural Strong Survivor Matt Vandegrift back at Capital Collision. Tonight, hoping for a chance at Resurgence, May 9th in Ontario against fellow quarterback Zane J. We'll get to that later.
His opponents come all the way from across the country, from New Jersey. Here in SoCal, the New Jersey Cowboy is in the house, and it's his first time at the showcase.
From a very familiar face to NJPW Academy fans to a deeply unfamiliar one. The only man in the NJPW Academy Cup who has never competed in a showcase before, Mark.
It's his showcase debut, and can he, in his debut, be the one man out of the 4 men in this single elimination tournament that wins the cup?
93キロニュージャージーカウボーイスティーブン・スティッドソン
No shortage of confidence from Stetson. He says he didn't settle for second place. That cup's as good as his. He's gonna bring it home for the ranch.
Referee
Justin
Justin
Borden, our
Borden.
official for this opening contest in this very, very unique and special New Japan Academy Showcase. The bell rings and the Academy Cup is officially underway.
The first of its kind, one-night single elimination tournament, strong survivor contention up for grabs. Mark, putting you on the hot seat, who do you think wants it more?
Well, there's an interesting dynamics across the board, and we know in terms of desire where both these men are coming from. Stetson coming in from out of this area. He's not been here before. He wants to make his mark. Alan Breeze wants to prove that this is his house. This is his venue. This is his showcase.
Talk about his house, Ontario, the same place where Resurgence will be taking place May 9th. That's Alan Breeze's hometown.
That's his hometown.
So not only an opportunity to right a wrong, to become strong survivor, but to do it in front of his friends and family. Tonight means the world to Alan Breeze.
And it's Cup season, of course, in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now, but one of these 2 men, one of these 4 men that are going to be here today is going to walk out the first ever NJPW Academy Cup winners. You don't often get to be the first.
So glad you talk about the rich history of tournaments in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, the New Japan Cup, best of the Super Juniors, the G1. It's an organization really steeped in tournament wrestling, and so winning tonight not only gets you that strong survivor opportunity, it also proves to New Japan officials like a Fred Rosser or a Rocky Romero, hey, I have what it takes to hang in and win a tournament.
Yeah, so we think about the purpose of this LA Dojo, the purpose of this academy. These wrestlers are here to impress New Japan officials. Winning the first ever Academy Cup is a guaranteed way to impress New Japan officials, and as we mentioned, it's a guaranteed way to get a strong survivor match at Resurgence on May the 9th in Ontario, California.
Of course, challenging Zane J or CJ Tino.
Right.
They'll be going to war in that strong survivor match April 11th. in Chicago, Illinois. Windy City Riot going to see CJ Tino in tag team action a little bit later on tonight.
We were talking with Alan Breeze prior to this event starting, and he was very honest with us, Jordan, open with us, telling us that he was really, really banged up.
And shoulders down. No.
Really banged up in this round of the Academy, and he felt like he maybe didn't get the respect he deserved from the other wrestlers in this Academy round because they saw a sort of banged up version of him here. This was hard on his body.
Especially from a Steve Stetson, right? You can say a lot of great things about Steve Stetson. You're never going to say he's a respectful professional wrestler. We saw that shove immediately after the opening bell. So Stetson has to be the man that Breeze is talking about here.
I'd straight up call him mean, Jordan. I'd straight up call him mean. He's got a mean streak for sure.
He's money grubbing, he's silver spoon fed. He feels like he's entitled to these opportunities. And with his body of work, with his pedigree, it's hard to disagree.
The first two matches on this card tonight will be our first two New Japan Cup opening, New Japan Academy Cup contests.
Alan Breeze wrenching at the arm here of Stetson. Stetson reaching for the bottom rope, forcing the break. And Breeze, interestingly, taking a few extra seconds. Again, a very moral, a very honest competitor is Alan Breeze, choosing to cinch in that hold for just about as long as he could.
He's gotten so much more serious through his time at the Academy. There was a time in his career where he was a very fun-loving, sort of playful wrestler. Not that he doesn't have a great time in there still, but he's a focused, different athlete than he was when he first came here to the Academy.
Yeah, the days of the noodle are very much finished. I mentioned earlier on tonight, Fred Rosser saying that Alan Breeze and Zane Jay, really the quarterback, shoulders down, really the quarterbacks of the NJPW Academy, showing what the fighting spirit way is all about. And how apropos would it be to see Alan Breeze and Zane Jay May 9th in Ontario, California? That's assuming Zane Jay can make it through CJ Tino.
That's right. And what would it feel like for Breeze? You're there in your hometown, friends and family in the audience, cheering you on. He's either going to get that opportunity or he's not, and it will be determined tonight.
Stetson shot off the ropes, rolls through. Ever confident, ever mouthy is Steve Stetson, but got to be careful he doesn't get caught in the waistlock here. Breeze, cover, no. Once again, jackknife. Still not enough. Breeze is trying to finish this one early, Mark.
Yes,
he knows that if he beats Steve Stetson, he still has either Raymond Bright or Ray Rico to contend with later on. Cover. He wants to go into that final match as unscathed as humanly possible.
Outstanding technical
5 minutes have
wrestling
passed. 5 minutes.
in this opener so far. And as we hear the 5 minutes call, it's a great time to mention there are no time limits in the Academy Cup matches. No time limits in them.
Mark, let me ask you, how does that change the mindset or the strategy of Stetson and Breeze heading into that match, knowing that they don't have to contend with the time limits they usually would, especially Breeze, a veteran of NJPW Academy?
It can be a factor. I mean, if you're wrestling a 10-minute time limit match, a 15-minute match, you know you've got to come at your opponent with a certain amount of aggression and pace. If you want to in these matches, you have the opportunity to slow it down a bit.
Talk about pace, Stetson keeping the pace, suckering Breeze in, and as soon, suckering Breeze out, I should say, and as soon as he does, once again, heading for the hills. Again, Steve Stetson, no shortage of confidence, comes from that Stetson royalty in New Jersey, West Orange, New Jersey, of course, the place where John B. Stetson created the first cowboy hat in 1965, and Stetson likens himself a royal to the cowboy lineage. You might not usually associate the, you might not usually associate the cowboy with, great state of New Jersey, but Steve Stetson flies the flag proudly, Mark.
There's a certain prestige to the Stetson hat brand, and he wants to have that own level of prestige in his career.
Shot into the corner there, up and over goes Stetson against the ropes. Breeze there to meet him, and a big knee to the gut. This is that nastiness, that aggression we've seen from Alan Breeze since his time here in the LA Dojo.
Look at that, whoa! Nice reversal, got out of there with Stetson, and there's a big lariat!
Nasty lariat. Did you hear that thud on the chest of Alan Breeze?
That moment right there is what Alan Breeze was trying to avoid so far. He was trying to keep Stetson on the mat, keep him wrapped up, keep him in holds. He wanted to avoid a high impact move like that where Stetson uses his size.
Not only is Stetson powerful, he's also a tall man, taller than Alan Breeze. Has to use that leverage and putting it to good use here.
So focused with the uppercut in the corner. In his matches on the East Coast, he has a gang essentially that helps him out, that helps him win his matches. But that's not the case here today. He's got to do this all himself.
And I think the training under the likes of coaches Fred Rosser and Kushida paying dividends, putting that training to good use as a man on an aisle unto thyself. Handful of hair here.
As soon as he gets in control,
and
goes
again,
for the hair.
It's a very delicate balance if you're Steve Stetson. I can understand confidence. Any successful wrestler needs to be confident, but I think often the Achilles heel of Steve Stetson is the cockiness, the overconfidence.
And respect. Respect is a big part of the culture in New Japan Pro Wrestling and in this LA dojo. And is he disrespectful pulling the hair like that? Will he be further disrespectful to Alan Breeze?
I hate to admit it, but sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Sometimes disrespect is the name of the game. Look at arguably the most successful graduate of the NJPW Academy in Matt Vandegrift. Uber disrespectful to the system, uber disrespectful to his coaches, and still a modicum of success.
He's chirping at the audience now. He's been chirping at Breeze, but while he was doing that, Breeze had a chance to recover waist lock back around again.
Standing switches here between these two. We talk about it often in these Academy showcases. Cover. You spend 3 months training with another man. You know the ins and outs of his strategies. The shakes in his armor as Stetson catches Breeze with a drop kick.
Big drop kick.
Cover. No, only a 2.
Stetson's got a methodical style in the ring. Everything he does has high impact. He does it for a reason.
Yeah, something like the drop kick, picture perfect, beautiful to look at, but he didn't do it for that reason. He did it because it was effective. He only busts out those flashy maneuvers, Mark, when he knows he has to.
That's a size 15 boot, by the way, that was up in the face of Alan Breeze with that drop kick as he fires an elbow into the corner.
Elbow, one of the hardest, most unforgiving bones in the body here. It's sharp, it's hard, and it just got drilled into the face of Alan Breeze.
If I'm Alan Breeze, I'm starting to worry at this point. Stetson has been firmly in control for the last few minutes of this match, hitting one big move after another, like that nice elbow drop.
Controlling the pace, shoulders down. No kick out there from Breeze. And if you're Alan Breeze, Mark, what do you have to do to find a way back in this thing?
Well, I thought his strategy at the beginning of the match was
10 minutes have passed. 10 minutes.
Was well thought as we hit the 10-minute mark in this one. Was well thought, and that he was wrestling technically, keeping Stetson down. He's got to come back to that. He's got to find an opening to to get Stetson in a hold somewhere.
I think back to that main event back at NJPW Academy 4, NJPW Academy Showcase 4, excuse me. Alan Breeze victorious over Wicket, tearing the house down here in the LA Dojo. Has to channel some of that same energy here tonight, but Stetson not making it easy.
Breeze just, oh, and there's a big boot.
Emphasis on big, lateral press, hook of the leg, but only a 2.
Breeze still in this one. Listen, Alan Breeze is not gonna go down easy in this ring, in this dojo. We know how much it means to him to be a competitor here in the LA Dojo, here in the Academy.
Look at Stetson just raining down shots. Likewise, the seal of approval from Coach Fred Rosser. It was Stetson telling us earlier on tonight that he had a seminar with Fred 6 years ago in the infancy of his wrestling career, and he said to himself, if Fred ever becomes a regular trainer somewhere, if and when I feel like I'm good enough, I'll travel however far I have to be a part of that camp. Cover. And he did just that, so Stetson no doubt trying to win and parlay the title of quarterback from Alan Breeze to himself.
A shot to the gut. But it's just not enough to have much of an impact on.
Big body slam there, drops into the cover, and a big kick out there from Breeze. Stetson did not hook the leg.
Stetson goes for the cover after almost every big move he hits. which I think is very wise strategy.
You know you might not win the match after every move, but you could tire your opponent out, make him expand energy every time he has to kick that shoulder up.
And I think he has confidence in his big high-impact offense, and look at him going back and forth here.
Second win here from Breeze, flurry of shots. Stetson on spaghetti legs. Catches Breeze. Suplex, no, lands on his feet. Talk about a lariat, Breeze with one of his own.
He fired one back at him.
Turnabout fair play, says Alan Breeze. And this is the same way he beat Wicked Wicked.
Oh!
No!
That's how he won when he was in the main event here at the showcase last time.
Alan Breeze, he's got to be re-strategizing here, Mark Warzeka.
What is Breeze thinking now? He clearly was thinking he'd get him with that move that it was his go-to in the showcase in the past.
Popped up by Stetson into a big spine buster.
He's not done yet.
Taking those legs, not going for a cover, instead hooking in that Boston Crab. Such significance here in the cerulean blue of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
It's a move used by all the young lions in NJPW.
Breeze is reaching for that rope. He's scratching, he's clawing, looking for a break. Is he gonna get it? No!
Stetson just drags him right back in.
So smart of Steve Stetson. But Breeze reverses into a cover.
Stetson back to the red corner. Breeze following him in. Up and over goes Stetson. Little bit of agility I wouldn't have expected out of him. Big suplex on its way.
It's a brain buster, Mark Warzeka. Spiking Breeze on his head. Cover. Still not enough. You gotta think Raymond Bright and Ray Rico watching this one from the backstage area, licking their lips. The longer it goes on, the happier they are, Mark.
One of these two men will be back later tonight in our main event for the Academy Cup. One of them, not both of them.
Stetson calling for it, the North Jersey Lariat, but Breeze rolling a dodge, big elbow drop, Stetson.
Breeze has got to follow up as they're back and forth here now.
He's gone for it once before. This time he hits it. Knee to the neck, hook of the leg. No!
Everyone in this dojo thought that was all.
Most importantly, Alan Breeze thought that was all. He needs to do whatever it takes to find his way back in this thing, to find some sort of next step en route to that, the NJPW Academy Cup.
That's right, Alan Breeze was pointing at the cup. He was pointing at the cup. That's where his mind is. That's where his focus is. That's what he's fighting for here tonight. He wants that cup. He wants to go back to his hometown of Ontario in a strong Survivor match. He may never get another strong Survivor match if he doesn't win this cup tonight.
He failed once before in Washington, D.C. He does not want to fail again. Moreover, he does not want to fail en route to that opportunity. That's that much worse, Mark. You don't even make it to your friends and family.
Stetson getting the better of this exchange as they fire back and forth with shots. Whoa, but Alan Breeze isn't done.
You can see these athletes are tuckered out. They're exhausted, man, but still they fight, still they persevere.
We just hit the 15-minute mark, and it was an intense 15 minutes the whole way.
Shot to the throat of Alan Breeze there, just drops him. Breeze crumples in a heap.
Justin Borden right there checking him. Alan Breeze apparently still able to compete, but Stetson is on the move. Whoa!
Look at the agility, but no water in the pool.
Breeze has got to, he's got to follow up here and make this count.
He's got him. That's it.
ただいま試合16分1秒、アラン・ブリーズ選手の勝利です。なお、アラン・ブリーズ選手は NJPW アカデミーカップ2025決勝戦進出が決まりました。
You say, let's go to work, Mark Warzeka. The work far from over for Alan Breeze here tonight.
That's gotta feel good for Alan Breeze. He's won the first ever match in the Academy Cup. He's going to the main event. He will be in the finals of this four-man tournament here tonight.
The quarterback has made it to the Super Bowl. But as we've seen very recently, that's where the hard work really begins. Alan Breeze versus either Ray Rico or Raymond Bright later on tonight. Mark, up next, we find out who it will be.
What a journey Alan Breeze has had throughout his time at the NJPW Academy. You can always find out what's going on at the Academy. Follow NJPW Academy on Instagram.
Of course, our next series of courses beginning April 28th. Head to NJPW Academy on Instagram. Head to NJPW1972.com for more information to start and enhance your professional wrestling journey here at the LA Dojo.
It's always amazing to see all the training on the Instagram, what these men and women put themselves through here at this academy. It's so intense.
Yay, Chad Rico, yeah.
第2試合 NJPW アカデミーカップ2025第1回戦シングルマッチ時間無制限一本勝負を行います。
We got ourselves a battle of Rays up next, Mark Warzeka.
The Academy Cup competition continues.
It's time to find out who faces Alan Breeze in the finals. And in his third outing here at the LA Dojo, here at a New Japan Academy Showcase. 5-star Raymond Bright hopes to achieve his dreams, hopes to win that cup, hopes to make it to Ontario, California in May 9th, but he's got a very determined, certified stunner standing in his way.
He says you can always bet on Bright, but would you put your money on him tonight? Would you put your money on him to be one of the 4 men? The winner of this Academy Cup.
赤コーナー195センチ84キロ5スターレイモンド・ブライト
Bright telling me earlier on tonight that he's got new gear, he's got new entrance music, and they're not aesthetic. It's indicative of a new attitude, and I think we see that even before the opening bell. He's added size, clearly taking himself seriously, not just here in the LA Dojo, but also day by day in the gym. It's something coaches Fred Rosser and Kushida really drive home. The training doesn't begin and end here at NJPW Academy. It's a mindset you need to adapt, Mark.
Absolutely. And we're so happy to see Raymond Bright back here in the LA Dojo. I don't know if this man is coming out next. He's happy about it, though.
I don't know if the people are going to necessarily be happy to see him, given the attitude we saw on display, but I don't think Ray Rico cares, Mark. No shortage of confidence from this man, and really it's hard to argue with it, because in his NJPW Academy debut, he picked up a victory in tag team competition alongside Shane Haste against head coach Fred Rosser, the only man to do so here at NJPW Academy.
There is no doubt in his mind that he will win the Academy Cup tonight.
180センチ81キロサティファイドストラーレイリカ
The certified stunner is back in the LA Dojo.
The hardest man in the land, and that's not double entendre. As we're about to see, he hits hard. He backs it up. He's got that strong style mentality.
When Ray Rico started his career in pro wrestling, he began as a luchador. He wore a mask. Then he got rid of the mask. He abandoned it. He said, why hide a face like this when it can make you so much money?
レフェリーチャド・リコ
To that end, Rico telling me earlier on tonight he can wrestle any style. And if you watch tape, if you watch footage of Rico's matches, you see that's true. A real chameleon of a professional wrestler. Referee Chad Rico sounds for the bell, and these two are off to the races, hot and heavy. Rico immediately taking Bright off his feet here. Submission cinched in. Cover. Again, both of these athletes, Mark, trying to finish this one as quickly as possible, make it to the finals as unscuffed as possible.
In all of their Wow, Rico getting dirty early on.
And I believe already some sort of cut in the mouth of Raymond Bright. Could have been a shot from Ray Rico, maybe when he was taking off his feet in the early going. Whatever it is, that has got to be a target for the certified stunner.
And to your point, Jordan, about them going at each other so quickly in both of these 2 cup matches so far. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Submission applied from Buck Skinner now.
They've got to be thinking.
Ray Rico forcing the break. Now Rico with a submission of his own.
They've got to be thinking, I'm going to have to wrestle again tonight.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna, if I win this match, I'm going to the finals. I've got to have a second match tonight, and I got to have something left in the tank for that match.
But Mark, it's a very delicate balance because you're right. You want to preserve your energy. You want to make sure that you're not tuckered out, you're not physically exhausted, there's not welts and abrasions on your body. But at the same time, against a Ray Rico or a Raymond Bright, if you're the other man, you cannot afford cover to give any less than 100%.
That's right, or you don't get to that finals.
No. So how do you strike that balance?
That's what makes this cup so intriguing, this 4-man single elimination tournament so intriguing. Look at the agility of Raymond Bright.
Raymond Bright, much like Steve Stetson before him, traveled all the way from the East Coast, from the Big Apple of New York City to be here and be a part of this camp. Leapfrog, off the ropes, and another big drop kick there. Keep it up, making it look too easy.
Raymond Bright says he wants to inspire others by following their dreams.
He's a preschool teacher in his day-to-day life, teaching Ray Rico a lesson in respect here.
And he's not done yet. Got a hold of the arm. And you can hear that.
Nasty
You can almost
overhead
feel
shot.
that.
Ray Rico felt it, no almost about it. Now a headbutt there to the shoulder of Raymond Bright. Such a smart escape there from Ray Rico.
Certified stunner firing right back, and they are back and forth in this match so far.
Ray Rico said, I've proven I've got the fighting spirit and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win here at New Japan. So if I gotta knock the lights out of Raymond Bright, that's what I'm gonna do. Fireman's carry, Bright escapes. Ray Rico out on the apron. No, ducks the shot, back and forth they go. Raymond Bright's got him, but Ray Rico with the arm of Bright snapped on the top rope.
They're in a dangerous, dangerous part of town right now. And Ray Rico smartly, he's going right for it. He smells blood. He went right back after that arm.
An arm bar on an already injured arm, an arm that had already been snapped on that top rope, devastating enough, but Ray Rico doing it on the corner turnbuckle. Despite the padding mark, there is nothing there but cold, hard steel.
That's right. And Rico's coming in like a predator over his prey. Gonna do everything he can to take advantage of the opening that he's got right now.
He said in his pre-match comments that he takes pity on any young lion who steps in his way in making history, because he's the young lion who belongs with the big ones. Not showing very much pity to Raymond Bright right about now.
Right, gritty, fighting back through the pain, but Rico with a drop toe hold puts him right into the buckles.
Ray Rico, basement drop kick to the neck of Raymond Bright there, throwing off the equilibrium, neutralizing much of that high-flying athleticism cover. And a kick out there, didn't hook the legs.
No, he didn't, and there's just a kind of nasty edge to all of Ray Rico's offense. Look at him now.
Twisting the neck.
Face in the mouth, twisting him up, turning him. It's a disrespectful style.
Ray Rico is not a sportsman. It's part of what makes it so frustrating that he's thrived so much here at NJPW Academy, because he's so antithetical to what this dojo is about, and still he thrives, still he wins.
It's almost a shame. He doesn't have to do this. He's been an amateur wrestler since he was 6 years old, Jordan. We know he knows his way around the ring technically. He just enjoys it.
Talk about knowing your way around the ring. Shoulders down, Raymond Bright nearly stole it. Talked about Bright's time training in House of Glory under the Amazing Red in New York. Actually traveled to NJPW Academy with a carload of other House of Glory graduates. Raymond Bright, the only one sticking here, the only one staying the course, multiple NJPW Academy courses under his belt, but I bet at this current moment, Mark, he's regretting that decision.
These guys both capable of high-flying offense, but I think we have seen both in this match and the previous Academy Cup match, the fundamentals on display.
Look at
that these wrestlers pick up.
digging the elbow into the injured neck of Raymond Bright. Bright forces the break, grabbing the bottom rope, but I want to point to that. Shotgun dropkick, snapping the neck in the corner. Wrenching at the neck afterwards. Ray Rico has really found a target here, Warzeka.
Some of the Academy wrestlers say, I hope I can impress the New Japan officials. He says, no, I'm here to show them what I can do. I'm here to show them what I'm all about.
Feels like winning this cup is a formality, but cannot afford to overlook Raymond Bright here.
Raymond Bright is showing some grit, trying to stay in this one with Ray Rico.
Rewind spin kick there from Rico. German suplex cover. And a kick out. You said he's been amateur wrestling since 6 years old. Mark Warzeka, there is that amateur wrestling coming into play.
Great bridge in that German. And Rico taking his time, moving his way back over. Maybe too much time, but goes back to the arm.
Again, talking about a murderer's row of victories for Ray Rico. If he's able to win the NJPW Academy Cup after defeating Coach Fred Rosser, that has to put the eyes of the world on him, and he's way on his way here, Warzeka.
Gotta imagine that Alan Breeze is in the locker room right now, catching his breath and eagerly anticipating the outcome of this match. Alan Breeze will face the winner of this contest in our main event for the Cup.
Not only anticipating the outcome, but watching things like that, seeing how Rico has targeted the arm of Raymond Bright. If five-star Raymond Bright is indeed able to weather the storm, let's say he makes it to the finals, you gotta think Alan Breeze is going right for that arm.
Yep. Yeah, what?
Ray Rico, he's calling for the end here. He's looking to fly, I believe, Mark.
What is Ray Rico thinking? And it can't be good if you're Raymond Bright.
Taking a lot of time, though, here. Giving Raymond Bright time to recuperate. Giving him time to re-strategize here on the ground.
I appreciate his confidence, Jordan, but when you're taking this much time, it could cost you.
He's got his man measured. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a certified stunner. Oh, nobody home! Standing moonsault on the back of Ray Rico.
Unbelievable response!
And just like that, Raymond Bright has found his way back in this thing. They don't call him five-star for no reason.
Ray Rico's in incredible pain. This is the chance that Raymond Bright has needed. He's got to go. He's got to go right now.
Oh, he's going. Ducks the shot. One of his own. Catching everything Ray Rico has to throw at him. Raymond Bright operating on another level here, Warzeka. Look at the height. Look at the height on the flying forearm. Unbelievable.
He's just amazing what this man can do.
Listen to the LA Dojo come alive. They believe. They believe in Raymond Bright. Lands on his feet. Got him! Nice neck breaker.
Here we go.
Gotta roll him over. He's dead weight, but he's got him. No!
Oh, barely. It was a slight lift of the shoulder. But referee Chad Rico was right there. The shoulder was up before 3.
Chad Rico, one of the best in the business. He's got the best seat in the house. I'll never doubt him for a second, but that's as close gets, Warzeka.
What a fantastic start we've had to the first ever New Japan Academy Cup. These two matches kicking us off tonight. We've also got 2 big tag team matches tonight. Still to come besides the Cup tournament.
Oh, nasty chop to the chest, courtesy of the certified stunner. And Raymond Bright returns the favor. Back and forth we go.
Fighting spirit on display in the LA
Dojo.
Dojo.
Bright staggers seconds to the corner. But I don't think Rico realizes he's far from done. Pops him up. No. Ray Rico, though, manages to land on the ropes. Talking about turning lemons into lemonade here. Oh, or not. Lands on his feet. Hard drag. Evades Raymond Bright. Cutter! Wasn't pretty, but it was effective.
No, and actually Raymond Bright's neck was just torqued at a sick angle.
Cover! And still Bright kicks out. Look at the bridge.
Heart, fighting spirit.
After all that neck has gone through, you gotta think that cutter was all but good. And still Raymond Bright found the wherewithal to kick that shoulder up.
They both want to hold that cup in their hands tonight. They want to stand in the middle of this ring as the first ever Academy Cup winner.
Not only to make it to Zane J or CJ Tino, May 9th in Ontario, California, the opportunity to become strong survivor, but to prove they're the top of their class. And Ray Rico, he clearly believes he already earned it.
He looks like he's snapped. He's kind of losing it here, Jordan.
Ray Rico's got to be careful. He's a young man, has ability beyond his years, but this is where those cracks of youth start to show. Pride comes before the fall, Mark Warzeka.
He's got to keep his cool when you're in there with somebody as good as Raymond Bright. One slip-up could cost you.
Yeah, but how can you keep your cool with someone as resilient as Raymond Bright? Everything you throw at him, he says, "Thank you, sir. I'll have another. Keep him coming." But eventually the spirit fades, Mark. Eventually the human body can only go so far.
Ray Rico thinks he's got him here. Signals that he's ready to finish him off.
Fireman's carry. No! Hurricane Rana, the reversal! He got him!
タイムチ12分9秒レイモンド・ブレイク選手の勝利です。
Raymond Bright fought like hell to get there. Tweak neck or otherwise, he has defeated Ray Rico. He has
なお
punched
レイモ
his
ンド・ブレイク選手
ticket
は NJPW アカデミーカップ2025決勝戦へ進出します。
to Alan Breeze in the finals of the NJPW Academy Cup. Come on!
Come on, he's got to wrestle here later tonight again.
This is sick, man. Raymond Bright won this match fair and square. He was the better man here tonight.
He's got to wrestle again tonight for the cup in the main event. Stop this.
He might not make it to the finals. Not if Ray Rico has his way.
He's back at that arm, too. It's back on that arm that he was working the whole match.
He's gonna break the man's arm here. Borden Rico, get him off of there.
We need some more help out here.
Come on, man. Ray Rico is unrelenting.
Don't put Raymond Bright in this position going into the finals.
What the hell do you think this is gonna prove? You beat Fred Rosser. You nearly won this match. You think this is gonna impress New Japan officials?
It's insubordinate in this academy. It's disrespectful in this LA dojo.
Give me a break, man. This is BS. That's what this is. This is BS, Mark Warzeka. Raymond Bright won this match fair and square. He has the finals and Alan Breeze to look forward to. That's assuming he can make it.
Look, it was a tight match. It felt like it could have gone either way, but Ray Rico, you lost. And this isn't what we expect to see out of someone who loses a match in this academy.
Get him out of there. Get him the hell out of here.
There's a level of sportsmanship that is expected in this LA dojo. There's a sign on the door with rules about what you can do and not do. When you come in, you can't chew gum in this building. You can't bring food in this building. You certainly, sure as hell, shouldn't have done what Ray Rico just did.
It is foundational to this dojo. It is foundational to this organization since 1972. It has been tantamount to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And that goes against everything it stands for, Mark Warzeka.
Well,
we try to recoup here. We got non-tournament action up next.
yeah.
第3試合タッグマッチ15分一本勝負を行います。
You know, I apologize, fans, for losing my cool, but there is no need for that. Puts the sanctity of this tournament at jeopardy.
I appreciate you using the word sanctity, right? I mean, this is a sacred venue, and there's expectations. Well, we've got a great tag team match coming up, and Raymond Bright and Alan Breeze will have some time to rest up before the main event. It's good to see Live Danger back in the house.
Livewire, Charlie, Danger Ross returning for their second Academy Showcase. Victorious last time and looking for the same here tonight against another unfamiliar and yet very familiar unit. That is Charlie in the blue, Ross in the orange, bringing that gridiron intensity to the squared circle.
These guys are so much fun, but they're also here to win.
ライブデンジャー185センチ95キロデンジャーノース
Something we haven't really seen here at the NJPW Academy very much.
ライブボーイチャーリー
Dom Kubrick and Lucas Riley, the Krusty crew, come to mind. But I mean, Danger Ross and Livewire Charlie at such an advantage as an established tag team across the East Coast. Spent years forging these bonds in the locker rooms, in the hotel rooms, in the car rides here. You gotta think they have the advantage heading into any sort of tag team situation.
Absolutely. I think when you've got a polished team together that's been working together as much as they have, as long as they have, they're going to be the advantage against any two other wrestlers, no matter how great those two are.
Talk about great wrestlers. That is the beginner's coach here at the NJPW Academy in the DKC, followed by an NJPW Academy debutante in Insane Dane. Dane competing in both the beginners and advanced courses back-to-back here.
It just gave you something,
He's got
George.
a wrestle buddy.
Okay.
赤コーナー193センチ105キロインセインデイ
These two familiar with each other
エル
long
トジ
before.
ザ・エターナルザ・DKC
I swear Takuro Shibata does it on purpose. These two familiar with one another long before the Academy Showcase.
That's right.
Training together. DKC, a trainer of
Justin
Insane
Bieber.
Dane, but you have to think this time here in the LA Dojo, turning Dane into a totally new man. We're about to find out.
DKC going to start it off for his team.
Of course, last saw DKC here in the LA Dojo, teaming with Zane J, current strong survivor, in a losing effort to No Time Off, Fred Rosser and Kushida, the advanced coaches here at the LA Dojo. What a main event that was.
Well, rings for our first of two tag team matches tonight, and they both have fascinating dynamics.
DKC now, leg lock cinched in.
All card tonight, Jordan. We're seeing these fundamentals, this great technical wrestling. Up and down throughout these matches. These are the types of things these wrestlers are focused on learning.
Yeah, you said it before, Mark. Live Danger, they're a lot of fun. They like to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They enjoy the theatrics and the frivolity of professional wrestling. But at the same time, I think a big reason they found their way relocating to California and here, the LA Dojo, NJPW Academy, is to brush up those fundamentals, is to make sure that beyond the tassels and the face paint and the bleach blonde hair, that they are great professional wrestlers. Backed into the corner is the DKC. Gotta say, the beginner's coach here having a little bit of trouble against Livewire Charlie.
He's a man, these wrestlers who have been students of this academy, when wrestling a coach in this situation, they've got so much to prove, and they want to be able to hold their own, and they don't want to be embarrassed by their coach.
And we ask this
in
question
showcase.
every time. As a coach, where do you draw the line? You don't want to injure or hurt your student. You're so proud of them, so excited for them to have this opportunity, but you also don't want to suffer the loss of embarrassment against a protege.
That's right. DKC into the corner, up high. No!
And
Get
cut! DKC, no stranger to the LA Dojo before the days of the NJPW Academy. Trained here under a man I know you're very familiar with in the wrestler Katsuyori Shibata.
That's right. Remember, Shibata said, our training does not lie.
Oh.
Our sweat does not lie. Oh, and look at this.
Shoulders down. Only a two. DKC now. Body scissors applied. Almost a Nelson submission attempted here. Those big arms of Livewire Charlie giving him trouble.
we have seen consistently on these Academy showcases, Jordan, the coaches, when they have the opportunity to wrestle their students,
Cover. No.
Well, DKC's not done.
Big shots from DKC. That Bruce Lee martial arts inspired offense.
They do not go easy. They do not go easy on these students. Just the opposite.
And I don't think Live Danger would want them to.
No, that's true. That's true. I think they want these coaches to give them all they got, and they do.
Take nothing away from Dante Griffith or certified Luke Curtis, but DKC's been to the land of the rising sun. Gotta think he's imbued Insane Dane with some of that very same wisdom from the NJPW Academy and beyond.
Dane and Ross both in the match for the first time now.
These are
starting technically.
These are two big men. Ross with the slight muscle advantage, Dane with the slight height advantage here, but really evenly matched here, Warzeka. Dane is so intense.
Yeah, talking trash right from the jump.
Again, you have to think, has spent over a year here in the LA Dojo, advanced and beginners courses alike. He wants this, Warzeka.
Absolutely.
Everyone here does, but Insane Dane wants this.
That's right.
Standing switch here, no. It's Danger Ross with a go behind.
Nice take. Oh my God, Dane's biting
him, yeah.
Did he see biting his fingers to get out of the headlock?
Biting the thumb of Danger Ross. This guy, Insane Dane, I mean, his name's Insane Dane. Clearly a fry short of a Happy Meal, Mark.
Got the power of Ross. Got the height and the size of Insane Dane as they collide a second time.
Wow! What are the 5 fingers set to the face? And I think, Mark, it only served to piss him off even further. Shots to the gut. Shots to the mush. And a bit motivated. Nobody home. Nice lariat there. Cover. Only a 2.
Smartly wasted no time going in for the cover. Ross and Charlie, they have a lot of double team moves in their arsenal, Jordan. We haven't seen any of them yet tonight, but we know they're capable of deploying them with explosiveness.
You think about high voltage or boom, boom, firepower. Nasty landing there from Ross, but talk about double team maneuvers, Mark Warzeka.
Well, I didn't expect that. How about it?
Beginner's coach,
kick
body
out. 5 minutes
slammed
of
under
pass. 5
student
minutes.
cover, but only a 2. DKC, very, very accomplished tag team wrestler in his own right. Have seen him alongside fellow LA Dojo graduates. Most recently saw him in Japan alongside Ninja Mac as part of Super Junior Tag League. Look at this, in the corner, Livewire Charlie and Insane Dane mouthing off. Justin Borden quickly losing control here. DKC having to keep his student under control here.
Insane Dane has a name for a reason. He's unruly.
He's got a short fuse. DKC has got to be careful. It can serve them well. It can also hamper them. Chop there from DK.
Watch DKC. Watch the springboard.
Oh, Danger Ross watched the springboard. He caught the springboard. DVD.
And I don't know if Ross is going to go for a cover or tag.
Cover. And a kick out. Do you think that was wise, Mark? Should he have tagged in live wire, Charlie?
He looked to me for a moment like he was thinking about it and decided to go for the cover. Now, coming over to tag.
In comes Charlie. These two, such a cohesive unit, Mark. The better part of half a decade under the belt, Live Danger. Deciding together not to temporarily, to permanently relocate from the East Coast to here in Southern California, primarily for this training here at the LA Dojo.
And they've been loving it out here. You've seen their Instagram. They're out on the Walk of Fame at Hollywood. They're out at Venice Beach training.
Yeah, they claimed that they were supposed to compete in the New Japan Academy Cup, and then Ace President Tanahashi insisted that they compete in tag team
I
action.
think they may have slightly misunderstood what was happening, but they eventually figured it out as we see a great double press slam pumping DKC up and down.
Boom, boom, firepower.
There it is.
Cover from Danger Ross. sensation. Big Boom AJ, not the only one bringing the boom to the NJPW Academy.
40 years ago in SoCal, there was a group called Power Team USA. They had great bodies, they were in great shape, they wore face paint, and a couple of them had incredible careers. Maybe these two will follow in the footsteps of guys like Sting and the Ultimate Warrior.
Hold on, Danger Ross doesn't realize it. DKC with a cheap shot to Livewire Charlie, escaping his clutches and now trying to fight his way towards Dane. Livewire Charlie dropped. He's reaching, he's fingertips away from Dane.
And he's rangy, he's got that reach, but it's not enough.
Or is it? DDT from DKC, but he's still got half a mile between him and his partner.
DKC has been on almost every single showcase here in this dojo, and he's got a heck of a record.
Victories over the likes of Cameron Gates, Matt Vandegrift, Zane J, and Romeo Guzman. Looks to add Live Danger to that list, but he's gonna need to tag Dane, and he does. It's like two bulls wrecking shop here, Warzeka. Battle of beef.
Dane's just vicious offense and a nasty high vertical suplex.
In comes Ross. Back and forth they go. Justin Borden again has got to get control here.
It's so difficult with these four men, and especially Insane Dane is such an X factor.
Trust me, take nothing away from the official. I wouldn't want his gig.
He's trying to take on Live Danger by himself now, and he's doing it.
Two birds, one stone. And that stone coming in the form of a very insane, very determined Dane here. Boots from pillar to post. Friendly fire there from Live Danger. Look at the deadlift, the strength of this man.
He's not done yet.
Body slamming both members of Live Danger. Hooking the leg of the legal Charlie, but only two.
What an impressive run from Insane Dane, taking on both Livewire Charlie and Danger Ross by his darn self.
And off comes the arm sleeve. You thought he was wild before. We're only just getting started. No! Double spear!
That's where the experience comes in from a team like Live Danger. That we talked about how much they've been together, how many times they've wrestled together. And it's moments like that where it shows.
You can train all you want, you can call and text all you want, strategize over the phone. There is no replacement for the cohesion you get as a tag team in that ring. And I believe Mark Warzeka, Livewire Charlie is calling for the end. Double underhook. It's a butterfly suplex there.
Danger Ross going up to the top.
Up and away, drops the elbow, cover. No, broken up by the DKC.
Wow, DKC came out of nowhere to break that
And
up.
you gotta think, if not for the intervention of the DKC, Insane Dane would have lost his NJPW Academy debut.
That's a veteran move there. He knew he had to break that up.
Insane Dane, defiant against the odds. He doesn't care that it's 2 against 1. He'll take them both down. He's waited for and worked for this moment for far too long. Double Irish whip. No! Sends him against the ropes. DKC makes the tag. Roll up here from Livewire Charlie. DKC breaks it up.
It was a blind tag. I don't think they realized that there was a tag.
And here comes Danger Ross. Shot to the bush there from the DKC. Back and forth they go. DKC saying, I'll handle it. We're in deep waters. Let me show you how to swim, Dane. Big boot to the throat. Control of the arm. Hammerlock kick to the back.
DKC's only lost once on a showcase. He does not want to make this number 2.
It was in tag team competition. He doesn't want that to be his Achilles heel. He does not want that to be his evil curse. He's thinking that chop, that springboard chop. No! DKC, he got Danger Ross. That's it.
トレードの試合12分1秒遠征隊初 DKC 軍の勝利です
DKC and Insane Dane victorious here against the established Live Danger. Would you call that an upset, Mark Borzek?
The less experienced team was the team that won, which is just something we've not seen a lot of here on previous showcases.
But you can never count out the DKC beginners coach for a reason. You gotta think, so proud of Insane Dane after tonight. And take nothing away from Charlie and Ross. Live Danger so impressive even in defeat. You heard it from Ross himself, they'll be back. We have not seen the last of Live Danger.
And we've not seen the last of tag team action. We've got a huge tag team match coming up next with incredibly unique dynamics between the four competitors involved. Plus, we've got a main event for an Academy Cup coming up.
But Mark Borzek, before we get to that, April 11th, Windy City Riot in Chicago, Illinois, exclusively on New Japan World. What a card we have. The final match of the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, in the Continental United States. Strong openweight title, an IWGP World Heavyweight title up for grabs, all of that, and so much more.
第4試合タッグマッチ30分一本勝負を行います。
And you talk about Windy City Riot. We know one man who will be challenging for the title of Strong Survivor on that evening, Mark Warzeka. Head to head with Zane J. It's Mr. 551 CJ Tino tonight, joining forces with the man who Zane J defeated to become Strong Survivor.
DKC and Insane Dane were an unusual tag team. This is perhaps an even more unlikely team. Two fantastic professional wrestlers, not used to teaming together, and I really don't know, Jordan, how or if they will get along.
Take a look in the face of Matt Vandegrift. He doesn't want to be here, but he knows he needs to be here. The opportunity is too big.
He's lucky he is
青
here.
コーナー167センチ70キロさあデッドリフトキング CJ ティノ180センチ93キロマット・ファンダグリフ
He's damn right he's lucky, Mark. After what we saw at the conclusion of NJPW Academy Showcase 5, he's proud of it. He's wearing it on a t-shirt, flipping off his coach, Fred Rosser, the man who got him to tonight, the man who made him the man he is today.
Insubordinate, disrespectful, embarrassing, frankly, to this institution. Tino on the apron. Vandegrift is already in the ring, ready to start. He's on the ready, Jordan.
He wants his coach. He wants the Academy advisor. He's talked a lot of game about how he doesn't need this Academy. He doesn't need this system. He wants to prove it to both of them. Rub it in their faces. And Fred Rosser hasn't forgotten. He hasn't forgotten what happened last time we were here at NJPW Academy. He hasn't forgotten what happened earlier on this year, Battle in the Valley in San Jose.
Azuka Lucky Romero 185センチ108キロミスターローテイズオフフレッド・ロッサー
Super coaches. It's sort of a dream tag team. Rocky Romero and Fred Rosser. Both of these men have had so much success in tag team professional wrestling with so many different partners. They've shown versatility and capability to team with different wrestlers of different styles and be victorious and win gold all over the world.
Fred Rosser, you think about his time breaking out of the mainstream as a part of the Nexus, alongside Titus O'Neil, the primetime players, most recently teaming with Tom Lawler, his old rival before Dirty Work. And immediately, Matt Vandegrift escaping to the outside.
Of course.
Immediately Matt Vandegrift tagging CJ Tino in, because as big a game as he talks, he doesn't really want any part of Fred Rosser.
All Fred Rosser, all Rocky Romero, all this academy has tried to do for Matt Vandegrift is help him in his career. And he responds with this sort of rebellious behavior. He purposely started the match so he could do that to Fred.
And you can see Rocky trying to calm down Fred, trying to say, it's okay, we'll get to that later. Cooler heads have to prevail. I think it's very wise of Rocky to tag himself in here, Mark.
Obnoxious of Vandegrift to plan to do that, to get in the head right from the jump of Fred Rosser.
Talk about the tag team pedigree of Fred Rosser. How about the tag team pedigree of Rocky Romero? Former 8-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. His alliances with the likes of Alex Kozlov and Trent Beretta. Most recently, forming Roppongi Revice with Yo. This guy is as tag team a wrestler as tag team wrestlers get.
One-time winner of the Super Junior Tag Team Tournament as well.
Told me earlier on tonight he's the greatest tag team wrestler of all time.
I'm sure he believes he is.
Hard to disagree. Drops the knee on the elbow of CJ Tino. And how does CJ Tino have to be feeling heading into tonight? Less than a month away from April 11th, the Strong Survivor Challenge against Zane J, Windy City Riot in Chicago, Illinois. This has got to be the biggest match of his career.
And also wrestling two superstar coaches here in Rocky Romero and Fred Rosser.
Right, a match against Rocky Romero or Fred Rosser. Already butterflies enough. Cover for CJ Tino. He's facing them both here in their house, here in the LA Dojo.
It would throw me off if I were CJ and I were paired up with Vandegrift, and Vandegrift's got these crazy dynamics here with Fred Rosser and Rocky Romero, and I don't know if I can even trust this partner.
CJ Tino cannot afford to think about that. He has enough to contend with the technical pedigree of Rocky Romero and Fred Rosser. He cannot afford to think of any sort of personal issue that Vandegrift may or may not have. And I think Rocky Romero looking to take us surfing here in Los Angeles. We got some great waves here in California. Mark Warzeka. Oh, cover here from Tino, looking to steal it. Wow.
Tino from San Diego, but I don't think that's the type of surfing he most enjoys.
No, that lucha libre acumen, no doubt gleaned by CJ Tino from his time living in San Diego. Such a great lucha presence right south of the border there. Gonna deadlift Rocky Romero up. Calls himself Mr. 551 for a reason, Mark Warzeka. If you are 551 pounds or less, he can deadlift you over his head. And Rocky Romero, he's in shape. He's a muscular guy. He is not 552.
I mean this sincerely, Jordan. I don't know that I've ever seen CJ Tino break a sweat in one of his matches. The guy is in unbelievable condition.
And that is exactly why Zane J took his challenge. He said, seeing the work you put in, Zane, it inspires me, it motivates me. Training with you at the Academy has got me feeling like I'm ready for that next level. Personally, I would like nothing more than to be your next challenger. And a win tonight over a Rocky Romero and a Fred Rosser would go a very, very long way in proving he is ready for that next level.
Jordan, I was just glancing over and noticing Rosser and Vandegrift just staring daggers at each other on the outside. You can almost feel the tension between these two men on the apron.
This is really, really personal between these two. Again, it sounds like a very elementary thing, right? Who hasn't done it in their life? But for Vandegrift to flip off his coach after everything Fred has done for him in this building, the place where he has gifted him so much knowledge, it's sickening.
And then they were teaming together at Battle in the Valley, and Vandegrift gave Fred Rosser a double bird and left him alone.
Cover the shoulders of CJ Tino down here.
Left him alone to be ravaged by TMDK.
In the ring, CJ Tino a little in over his head against Rocky Romero, and really, how could he not be? Tino, a fantastic athlete, but Rocky Romero, for over 2 decades, a master of his craft, anywhere and everywhere. AEW, Ring of Honor, CMLL, MLW, NWA, and of course here in his native New Japan Pro Wrestling, Rocky Romero has made a statement as one of the very best in the world.
He might be the busiest man in professional wrestling. can do it in singles, can do it in tags, can do it in heavyweight, can do it in junior heavyweight, can wrestle lucha, can wrestle strong style. There's nothing he can't do.
Now peel back the curtain. I don't think it's any secret as he looks to cinch in the octopus stretch here. Rocky Romero is a straw that stirs the drink here in New Japan Pro Wrestling. For CJ Tito to pick up a victory, a pinfall or a submission victory over Rocky specifically, you gotta think, beat St. J or not, that guarantees future opportunities here in New Japan Strong.
Rocky Romero, an advisor here at the Academy. And there are times, Jordan, when I think that the coaches, when wrestling the students on these showcases, enjoy playing a little bit of a gatekeeper role.
Especially Rocky. He's not there day to day like Fred or Kushida or the DKC. He's the advisor. He oversees it all, but maybe not the same personal connection as CJ Tino.
He was grinding into that headlock a second ago, putting a little extra stink on it.
Off the ropes. Tino with a leapfrog. Look at the height. Rocky, some of his own. Springboard, arm drag. Little lucha once again.
Love how CJ Tino is keeping up with Rocky Romero.
Hurricane Rana taking Rocky off his feet. And a drop kick. Cover. Some sweet offense to Azuka, Rocky Romero.
If you're CJ Tino, you can look across the ring at Rocky, at Fred, and easily be intimidated. But if he is not showing it so far.
CJ Tino has competed previously back at NJPW Academy Showcase 3 in tag team competition, teaming with Alan Breeze in a losing effort to the Krusty Crew. Does not want history to repeat itself here tonight, but Rocky may give him no choice.
Scoop slam. Drops him hard, Rocky off the ropes.
Big double stomp there from Rocky Romero. Just makes it look too easy.
CJ Tino dragging himself maybe towards his corner now. Does he finally feel like it's time to get out of there and take a chance at letting Vandergrift back in?
And here comes Vandergrift. It doesn't matter if CJ Tino thinks it. He got the blind tag.
And a little bit of double team from these two guys.
Bit of a throwback to NJPW Academy Showcase 2, the first time you and I ever shared the booth. What a main event that was. Vandergrift falling to Rocky Romero, but impressing him so much that he earned a spot in the first ever Strong Survivor matchup. The rest is history.
He's locked on to Rocky, but his eyes are locked on to Fred Rosser. Look at him, look at Vandergrift.
You gotta think as he wrenches the arm of Romero, he feels the arm of Rosser. And let me ask you this, Mark. What did Fred Rosser do? What terrible, awful thing did Mr. No Days Off do to earn this hatred, this vitriol from Vandergrift?
He was a fantastic coach to him. Fred Rosser is revered by the wrestlers who come through this program, revered by all of them except for one person, Matt Vandergrift. And that's not about Fred Rosser, that's about this guy. That's about this defiant, unruly bully, Matt Vandergrift.
Yeah, but here's the best thing. Here's the thing I should say. Matt Vandergrift, arguably the most successful Academy graduate. And that's not me saying that, Mark Warzeka. That was Rocky Romero telling us that in his own words earlier on tonight as he lands a nice back body drop.
Here we go.
And Matt Vandergrift, it is time to reap what you sow, pal.
Finally, he's been waiting since Battle in the Valley for this.
Oh, he's been waiting since NJPW Academy Showcase 5. The flip of the bird. And Vandergrift, it's time to reap what he sows, and he doesn't want it. A cheap shot to Fred Rosser.
Yes, cheap. He won't go toe-to-toe with him. He scrambled out and ran away from him and took a cheap shot as Rosser came back into the ring.
I think he wants to make the tag to Tino here. He wants to escape this match as quickly as possible.
Of course he does. You know, if this were high school and a student was acting like this, he might get detention or expelled. But this is the academy where you might get your ass kicked if Fred Rosser can get his hands on you, Vandergrift.
And he's putting CJ Tino at a disadvantage here, right? Fred Rosser, all sorts of pissed off. He's got tunnel vision. All he wants is Matt Vandergrift. He's going to take that out on CJ Tino as long as Tino's the legal man.
Yeah, CJ Tino told us, listen, I'm just here to take care of business. I just want to win a match. He doesn't want to get wrapped up in all this emotion and drama.
Cover. Let me tell you something, Mark. Neither did Fred Rosser. Matt Vandergrift forced his hand.
10分経過 10 minutes of pass 10 minutes
Rosser is typically, we hit the 10-minute mark in this one. Rosser is typically Mr. Days Off, a very focused professional wrestler.
Mr. No Days Off.
Mr. No Days Off, a very focused professional wrestler. But you can tell how frazzled he is tonight.
Double shoulder block from Romero and Rosser. And we are back to square one. Rocky has CJ's number. Take nothing away from Tino. The deadlift king has more than held his own. Rocky Romero, just too smart, just too versatile, just too experienced here.
Oh, wow. That's what I'm talking about. When I said these coaches don't mind being gatekeepers for the Academy graduates.
CJ Tino might have the strength, but he doesn't have the size. Hold on!
He lifted up the top rope.
I was going to say a little bit of accidental tag team cohesion here. I'm not sure if that was what Tino was even intending. But he's going to take advantage no matter what. It's not often he got Rocky Romero down. Cover! No.
Well, I think no matter what the circumstances, I think Tino's got to go for the cover there.
It is not an overstatement to say that the very paradigm of New Japan Strong shifts if CJ Tino pins Rocky Romero, or Fred Rosser for that matter.
Changes everything, changes the trajectory of his career, changes the trajectory going into Windy City Riot on that Strong Survivor match for CJ Tino.
Yeah, if you're Zane Jay watching along at the No Gay Dojo, you gotta be taking notes. CJ Tino, always an impressive athlete. But with Windy City Riot looming, he's got something to prove, Mark.
Vandergrift back on now. Just like before, he's hammering Rocky Romero, but he's looking at Fred Rosser.
Clearly sending a message to Fred Rosser. Do you think Vandergrift feels scorned that Rosser has chosen Zane Jay as one of his quarterbacks, has made Zane Jay cover off the backbreaker?
I don't know.
Effectively the golden boy, quote unquote, of NJPW Academy.
I don't know what is in that guy's head. I don't know what he thinks. I don't even, I loathe to even get in his head.
Gotta say, CJ Tino and Matt Vandergrift, they may not like each other on a personal level, but they're working really, really well together here against Rocky Romero.
Surprisingly well, I gotta say. Look, we saw Insane Dane and DKC come together, form a team, and win a match. Is it possible Vandergrift and Tino could do the same thing?
Can see CJ Tino saying, all right, enough's enough. He doesn't want to stoop to those lows, but this match means so much. If you're CJ Tino, do you compromise your morals en route to victory?
Vandergrift hammering away at Rocky in the corner.
Vandergrift's added some serious size since we last saw him against Rocky back at NJPW Academy Showcase 2. He does not want to go 0 for 2 against the Academy advisor. Atomic drop and a boot drop in Romero. Cover. No, only a 2.
Before he lost to Zane Jay, Matt Vandergrift was 7-0 in Strong Survivor matches.
Victories over the likes of Buck Skinner, Barrett Brown, Goldie, Zane Jay once before, Adrian Quest, Alan Breeze, and Seabass Finn. Another Boston boy as in comes CJ Tino. Tino with control of Romero's legs here. What is this? Oh my! Stretching the limbs of Romero in the corner here, Mark. This is ugly. Uglier than anything we usually see from Tino.
Up high, locking eyes again with Fred Rosser.
And I'm not sure if our cameras even caught it. As Vandergrift drops his weight, Tino going to the fans at ringside, pleading with them, saying, I'm sorry, I don't like doing it, I have to do it.
Now, he doesn't want to be involved in this, but you also have got to do everything you can to get the win.
Rosser comes in immediately. Immediately Rosser comes in. He's seen enough.
Oh, he's looking for any excuse to come in. Are you kidding me? He wants his hands on Vandergrift.
And you got to think there's a part of Fred Rosser that's hurt, right? He's not just pissed off. He saw something in Matt Vandergrift. He took that time training him and taking him under his wing for a reason. And for Vandergrift to betray him like this, that has to break Rosser's heart.
Look, I'm not his therapist, but I think he feels deeply betrayed by Vandergrift. Absolutely.
Tino dropping the elbow on Romero. They are cutting off the ring. They are doing everything they can right now to keep Rosser from making the tag. What is this?
It's Vandergrift being a jerk once again. That's what it is.
You said it best, Mark. A bully plain and simple. Vandegrift feels like he's better
15 minutes have passed.
than
15
everyone
minutes.
here at NJPW Academy. He said it himself. He said, I don't need Fred, I don't need him as a coach, I don't need him as a mentor. I'm better on my own. Makes the tag to Tino. Romero again looking for the tag of his own.
Rocky's been in there a long time now, and he's been getting worn down by Tino and Vandegrift. He does need to make a tag.
No, nobody home off the Enziguri. Somebody home there. Down goes Vandegrift. It is now or never for Rocky Romero.
Here it is, Mr. None's off!
Shoulder block to Tino, and all he cares about is Vandegrift. But much like Vandegrift was doing, seeing Rosser and Romero, you gotta think Rosser sees Vandegrift and Tino.
Absolute fury unleashed by Fred Rosser.
Listen to these shots, Warzeka. You almost feel bad for CJ Tino here, man.
As it all comes pouring out of the head coach in his academy.
This is how much NJPW Academy means to Fred Rosser.
He's taking it out on Tino because he can't get his hands on. There he is. There's Vandegrift. He's got him. He got him.
He's got his hands on him now.
Vandegrift tried to cheap shot him, and Rosser caught him.
Time to pay the piper, Matt Vandegrift.
Outside, he cracked his head on the floor.
Yeah, but Tino's still the legal man. If Tino's smart, he'll take advantage of this anger, this lack of focus that we don't usually see from Fred Rosser, and he'll steal a quick win. Much easier said than done, excuse me. Cover. No, only a 2.
Rosser deep into that cover. He really thought he could get him there.
And you can see Fred Rosser trying to breathe, trying to regain his composure. But this is so personal. That's such a difficult thing to do.
It almost feels tragic. He's such a guru to all of these wrestlers here in this academy. And to see him pushed to this mental state by Matt Vandegrift, it's so frustrating.
Tino now firing back, fighting spirit on display from Mr. 551. The #1 contender to the title of Strong Survivor. Hey, Rosser, he might be seeing Matt Vandegrift when he strikes CJ Tino. You think CJ Tino is seeing Zane J when he strikes Fred Rosser? You think he's seeing April 11th, Windy City Riot in Chicago, Illinois, the opportunity of a lifetime? Big Enziguri kick.
What an athlete CJ Tino is. Keeps coming back, keeps coming back, keeps coming back.
These two making the New England Pro Wrestling Academy proud. But in comes Rocky Romero. Tino doesn't even realize it. Hip toss, basement drop kick. Cover. No.
Even if CJ Tino wanted to make a tag, his partner is not on the apron right now. Vandegrift is down, he's down on the floor still.
Let me ask you this, Mark. Do you think Vandegrift's down on the floor because he's nursing injury or because he's playing scared of Fred Rosser?
Who knows with this guy? Who knows? It's always mind games. It's always head games.
Talking about head games. Rocky Romero slapping Tino along, saying, come on, CJ, show me what you got.
And it's time for some forever clotheslines as Rocky's ready to unload to infinity.
He's thinking slice to Rocky, but CJ Tino has other ideas.
Great counter.
Oh, he's gonna show him what he got, all right. He's thinking chaos.
What power!
Spiking Romero on his neck, but how much did it take out of Tino? He's got nothing left in him to go for the cover.
And here comes Vandegrift. Sure, when Rocky's down, here comes Vandegrift.
Picking the bones like a damn vulture. Cheap shot to Rosser.
Fred Rosser don't even care anymore. He's just coming in the ring.
Vandegrift takes him out.
Watch out behind you, though. Rocky's waiting for him.
Into the corner. No, tripped up by Vandegrift. And a Tiger Fake kick.
Got enough of it.
Springboard. Tope Suicida to his arch rival. His former head coach turned bitter enemy.
An aerial chemist on the top rope.
Feeling froggy. And he jumped. Beautiful splash. This could be it. No!
Yeah, he's picked his spots so perfectly throughout throughout this.
20分経過20 minutes pass 20 minutes
So intensely.
You know, you cannot deny that Matt Vandegrift is a cerebral wrestler. Call him a coward and a bully all you want. He's a smart cat in that ring, Mark Warzeka.
Calculating. He may be a damn sociopath.
And in comes CJ Tino. They're gonna win this one together. German suplex. Shining Wizard combination, they got it!
If Rosser didn't break it up, I swear it would have been all.
We were milliseconds away from CJ Tino pinning Rocky Romero's shoulders down. 1, 2, 3. Now the head coach is in. He's seeing Vandegrift, but he's fighting the numbers game. Double kick. Down goes Tino. Vandegrift staggers Rosser, and down goes Vandegrift. Oh, he's going to work all right, Mark Warzeka.
Their power from the head coach of the New Japan Academy on the night that we're going to crown the first ever Academy Cup winner.
Rolling elbow. Sliced Rocky.
Here we go.
No, still not enough.
I can't believe it, and Rocky can't believe it either.
Fred Rosser previously victorious alongside fellow head coach Kushida in our last main event. He wants the same alongside the Academy advisor. He wants to prove to Tino that they might have taught him everything Tino knows, but they haven't taught him everything they know.
Tino taking them both out to no!
Back first goes Romero, courtesy of Vandegrift on the apron. But Tino, wily, evading Fred Rosser here. Quick cover, the same way he beat St. J. No! Rosser nearly did it again.
What a chop! Rosser fires right back with a double chop.
These two gladiators here. Back and forth they go, small package. Tino's gonna do it. No!
God, I thought that was gonna be all.
Heart's beating out of my chest, Warzeka. I'm on the edge of my seat here.
The counters, the back and forth, the conditioning of Rosser and Tino.
There, you talking about the forever offense of Rocky Romero. Here's the forever drop kicks of CJ Tino, but Rosser saw it coming. Hold on, Vandegrift, the legal man, roll up.
His foot's on the ropes.
Oh my God!
His legs and feet were on the ropes.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
It's a cheap, lousy way to go out. But Mark, the record books are never gonna say Matt Vandegrift and CJ Tino beat Fred Rosser and Rocky Romero because of the feet on the ropes. The record books are simply gonna say Matt Vandegrift and CJ Tino beat Fred Rosser and Rocky Romero.
A miscarriage of justice, in my opinion. We saw the well. Fred Rosser grabbing the microphone.
Matt, oh, your ass definitely needs to be taught a lesson. May 9th, Ontario, California, Resurgence. You're leaving with 3 boots on. 2 on your feet and 1 buried in your ass as a lifetime reminder. As a lifetime reminder of how badly Mr. No Days Off, the suntan Superman, put a whooping on that ass of yours. Get ready, because it's time to go to work.
We got a score to settle, and we got a date to match. May 9th, New Japan Strong Resurgence in Ontario, California. Fred Rosser finally gets his hands on his disobedient pupil, one-on-one.
Vandegrift cackling like the Joker, as again, the 3rd time another middle finger display.
CJ Tino caught in the middle. He's got a date with destiny himself. He's got Zane J to look forward to April 11th in Chicago.
I worry about Fred Rosser's mental health with what Matt Vandergrift is doing to him. He's transforming this man into something that he has not been before.
And if you're Fred Rosser, do you cross that threshold to teach Matt Vandergrift a lesson, or do you stay true to yourself?
I think we're going to find out on May the 9th, Resurgence, Ontario, California.
However, Mark Warzeka, talking about May the 9th, Resurgence in Ontario, California. Right now, it's time that we find out who is challenging either Zane J or CJ Tino for the title of Strong Survivor. The New Japan Academy Cup Finals coming at ya right now.
Main event Academy Showcase energy, but we are not done yet tonight.
第5試合 NJPW アカデミーカップ2025決勝戦シングルマッチ時間無制限一本勝負を行います。
We started with 4. It's going to come down to 1. The winner of our main event will hold the Academy Cup in their hands.
And you see Raymond Bright favoring that arm. It's taped up. He can't even put it through the sleeve of his gear, the armhole.
He didn't even put it on his jacket fully on.
Of course, that vicious, unnecessary post-match beatdown, courtesy of a bitter Ray Rico. And I'm sorry, Raymond Bright, he's made a career out of being underestimated. I don't see any world in which he beats Alan Breeze with that clipped a wing. I'm just gonna come out and say it.
青コーナー195センチ84キロ5スターレイモンド・ブラインド
I wish I was wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But that looks ugly, Warzeka.
In a way, he's wrestling two men here, Alan Breeze and Ray Rico, whose impact is going to make a difference in this main event cup final.
Ray Rico saying, if I can't win the tournament, neither can you. Alan Breeze, again, a quarterback of NJPW Academy. He's not one to make an attack like that. The question is, will he take advantage of an attack like that? We're about to find out. He's failed at becoming Strong Survivor once before. He cannot afford to fail again. It stands out to me, Mark, switching gear from the blue to the gold, because that's what's on the line right now.
Both these men are wrestling for the second time tonight. Alan Breeze has had slightly longer to rest.
Alan Breeze was attacked after the match by a vengeful Ray Rico.
That's right.
赤コーナー175センチ90キロアラン・ブリーズ
We know this means everything to both of these men. No one comes to the LA Dojo that doesn't want to follow a dream. A dream's gonna come true for one of these two men.
レフェリージャスティン・ボード
Raymond Bright, Alan Breeze. One of these men challenges for the title of Strong Survivor May 9th in Ontario, California. It's time to find out who.
Bell rings and the finals are underway.
show of respect. A handshake here between Breeze and Bright.
I mean, these guys like each other, Jordan. It may be a factor in what we see unfold here. They not only respect each other, these are two guys who like each other.
We spoke to it earlier for both Breeze and Bright. This is not their first camp here at NJPW Academy. They have been returning to the dojo cover here for the better part of a year, becoming very, very familiar with one another.
Inside and outside of the ring. They know each other's styles inside the ring. They know each other's movesets inside the ring. They know counters to each other's moves.
Look at this. In the early going, Raymond Bright going for the headlock here, but Breeze easily able to escape. And I'm not sure if Bright even realizes it, but he gave Breeze cover. He gave Breeze the opening there. He gave Breeze the opportunity, to target the neutralized arm.
And what exactly is the condition of that arm? I mean, we don't know.
It's not good, I'll tell you that much.
How seriously injured is he? Look, Raymond Bright's gonna come out here and try to win this match no matter what.
It's also a psychological game, right? Let's say best case scenario, that arm is just a stinger. I don't think so. Ray Rico had that thing locked in for a long time. Cover. But let's say it is. It's a psychological game. It's a mental game for Raymond Bright. Knowing he has a clipped wing, cover. Is he gonna be able to overcome that mentally?
Some great back and forth mat wrestling. Both men up on their feet. I don't know that either one of them got a clear advantage through that exchange, except for the one thing that was evident to us was the sensitivity of Raymond Bright's arm.
Again, fans, if you're watching this at home, looking to live a dream, looking to further a dream, and you feel like you have what it takes to train here at NJPW Academy, head to njpw1972.com. Head to @NJPW Academy on Instagram for more information. Our next set, of course, is beginning April 28th.
Follow on Insta, see what's going on, see what kind of training's happening here. It's a fascinating follow, and there's a heck of a shotgun drop kick, and we saw that in the first match tonight. The kip up, but it was a little slower pace this time.
Yeah, the arm, no doubt, coming into effect there for Raymond Bright. He's got to be careful with everything he does that he doesn't tweak it on the way up. Missile drop kick there from Bright, and again the kip up. And thus far, Mark, I got to give him his due. Cover. The arm really not coming into effect. He's nursing it, he's being cautious with it, but Raymond Bright looking very impressive thus far.
We were talking about in the opening round of the Cup, the length of time the matches were going, that the wrestlers were getting worn out. They were going for covers early. They wanted to end it quick in case they had to come back out here in the final. Raymond Bright's got to be thinking the same way here. With whatever degree he is injured, he wants to get this over fast.
Yeah, but guess what, Mark? There's no time limit here. There's no world in which this match ends in a draw and we have a three-way dance come May 9th in Ontario. There's no way that this match ends in a draw and we recontest it tomorrow. We are having a winner tonight. We are crowning the Academy Cup winner here tonight.
Five-star Raymond Bright fighting out of the corner, throwing some uppercuts.
Using that right arm, his dominant arm, but still Bright very wise to keep the pressure off the injured left extremity. Cover.
Where we sit right now in the LA Dojo, we're only 50 miles away from Ontario, California, from Alan Breeze's hometown, May the 9th, Resurgence. Everybody he knows is gonna be there.
Who has more to prove, Mark? Is it Alan Breeze, the potential of competing on the biggest stage in his own backyard? Or is it Raymond Bright, a man who traveled all the way across the country for the prospect?
And only one of these men is gonna get to say, I was the first ever Academy Cup winner. Only one of them is going to get that type of attention from New Japan Pro Wrestling officials.
Flurry of shots here right in front of us from Raymond Bright. It's a great point, Mark. In our time here behind the desk at NJPW Academy, we've talked a lot about implications, the potential eyes. Nothing is implied. There is no potential. We are crowning an Academy Cup champion here tonight.
It's the 6th showcase. Look, oh,
there's the arm,
look,
there's
look.
the arm, there's the arm. Bright just dropped. I'm not sure if Breeze even did that intentionally.
No. I think Raymond Bright was rolling and went for the whip and didn't even sort of realize, oh, my arm. It took him by surprise.
I think a fast pace, a quick finish cover. always benefits Raymond Bright with that frenetic offense. I think that's especially the case here tonight. Shoulders down once again with that injured arm.
No, he couldn't get that in tight like he wanted to.
Hey.
Cover after cover after cover. This says to me that Raymond Bright knows he's in trouble. This says to me that Raymond Bright knows he needs to finish the match. And that is why.
Alan Breeze sees what we see. As soon as he found an opening, he went right after that left arm. And look at Raymond Bright, like a wounded animal, moving away.
He's looking for any recourse here, any form of escape, however temporary it may be.
Shielding himself behind the neutral buckles.
And listen, Alan Breeze, he's an honorable man. He's a good person. But you can't blame him
It's
for
about
this.
competition.
It's about the NJPW Academy
It's about
Cup.
making history. I mean, to your point from earlier, Jordan, it's our 6th Academy Showcase. There has not been a match with higher stakes on any showcase than this one right here, right now.
One.
The opportunity of a lifetime. Zane J or CJ Tino. May 9th in Ontario, California. It's New Japan Strong Resurgence. And if Breeze or Bright are
One.
victorious tonight,
Two.
it's only one more victory, one
Three.
pinfall or submission
Four.
away from becoming Strong
Five.
Survivor. And again, Breeze with that shot to the injured arm. Bright, listen to Bright scream in pain here, man.
Yeah, and Breeze is laser focused now. He knows where all his offense needs to target. As he comes right in and right back after it.
Again, back to that arm here. It's almost difficult to watch. You almost don't want to watch it. Raymond Bright's such a hard worker, such a great spirit. Always a glass half full kind of guy. First one in, last one out. And right now his dreams are fading by the second.
There's 2 prizes here tonight, not only the Academy Cup, but the Strong Survivor match May 9th at Resurgence. Alan Breeze lost his last Strong Survivor match. There's no guarantee he'd ever get another one if he doesn't win this tournament.
And one has to think, if he loses 2 in a row, there's no number 3.
Right.
It's done. It's now or never. There's too many hungry young lions. There's too many people who want it and are willing to put in the work.
That's right, we see it in
Cover.
every Academy camp, we see it. We see a new crop of hungry, up-and-coming professional wrestlers.
It is a what have you done for me lately kind of business. Victories over Wicked. Victories over Steven Stetson. They don't matter. If Breeze can't beat Bright, he's out. He knows it.
And then where does he go? Is he sitting in the audience, Jordan, at Resurgence on May the 9th? Is he sitting there watching?
Imagine the
with-
humiliation.
Alongside his friends, his family, people he's grown up with? Is he watching from the audience the Strong Survivor match? He might be.
Down goes Bright, cover for Breeze. He wants to make sure he doesn't have to live in that reality. But Bright is not gonna go quietly into this long night.
Yeah, we think about how much Bright has invested.
no, crossover breaker.
Yeah, that's smart. It's smart.
Very, very wise of Raymond Bright, though. His only hope, interlacing those fingers, stopping the pressure. Shoulders down. That's what Bright's got to do. I think that's his only hope here, Mark.
Yeah.
Trying to steal a quick victory, trying to catch Alan Breeze off guard. Oh, no.
Breeze is hanging on for dear life.
Look at this arm bar here. Bright, wisely gets the shoulders down. A Breeze right back to that arm.
Raymond Bright has invested so much in this academy. It's his 3rd showcase. He's spent a lot of time here. He's not from here. He spent a lot of time here in Southern California.
And again, take nothing away from the other carload of great wrestlers we saw ply their trade here in the LA Dojo. The other House of Glory graduates, the other students of Amazing Red.
It was a great group.
They're not here. Take nothing away from them. They're not here. Raymond Bright still is. He has believed and invested in himself enough to make it to this moment. How devastating would it be for it all to come crumbling down now?
Does he walk out of here with a loss in the finals?
10分経過、10
And
minutes
an
have passed.
arm
10
injury to
minutes.
rehab or repair?
It's another thing to think about. Sure, it's the Academy Cup. Sure, it's the strong survivor contention. We could be looking at a potentially career-threatening injury. We do not know the severity of this injury.
And we're only about 6 weeks away as we sit here tonight
And
on May
Breeze-
9th in Resurgence.
Breeze only making it more severe here. Bright on his feet. He won't go down, but Breeze is looking to force him, and Bright makes it to that top rope.
Alan Breeze's attentiveness to that arm has been impressive. It's been veteran-like. And he's taken every move in his arsenal and adapted it to unleash it on the left arm of Raymond Bright.
Big hip attack there into the cover. And a kick out. None of this is personal for Alan Breeze, at least not against Raymond Bright. It's personal for him. It's personal for what he needs, what he wants, what he has worked towards since the very first day he stepped foot in the LA Dojo.
We talked about that background of Raymond Bright. He's a preschool teacher. He hopes to inspire others. He believes in following your dreams.
Raymond Bright also the first to declare here at the New Japan Academy Cup. He wanted this so bad.
He had a tough childhood in Queens. He was chased home a lot. He would get beat up. But he saw a vision for his future. He saw something better for himself. And will it be? Will it culminate tonight in somehow winning this cup?
Just like he fought back against those bullies. Looking to fight back here against Breeze, but Breeze is just too big. Bright's just too tuckered out. Hold on, small package, no.
Wow.
He went for it, but Breeze didn't give him the opening, and now the arm wrenched again. Just a simple hammer lock, but how devastating does that have to feel with an arm that neutralized?
Okay, look, Jordan, at some point, Raymond Bright has got to start thinking about, he's a young wrestler, about the rest of his career.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I understand what this cup means to him. But Alan Breeze has put him in one submission after another. He's shown grit, he's shown heart. But he's got to also come back to fight another day.
It's his future. It's his livelihood for Raymond Bright. Muscling Breeze up, sending him into the corner because Mark Warzeka, call it stupid, call it short-sighted. This means everything to Raymond Bright. There is no future without the Academy Cup. There is no future without becoming the strong survivor.
Can he
Cover. No.
Can he somehow mount a one-armed offense here and get back in this thing?
Much has been said about a one-armed man in an ass-kicking contest. But Raymond Bright looking very impressive so far. Breeze off the ropes. Gets up the boot. Bright is defiant. Bright will not let him go. Breeze battering the back here, Warzeka. This is a nail-biter, man.
They're up high, high, high. It's high rent and high risk.
And right on that top rope, nowhere for Bright to go. Referee Justin Borden forcing the break, but Breeze is not letting go of that arm. And Bright drops Breeze.
It was just it was pure desperation. Jordan just dumped him and rolled over in pain, grabbing at that arm.
Yeah, his instinct alone, forgive the cliche. Breeze dropped back first on that lion mark. And now, Raymond Bright, he's got an idea. He's got something in store for Alan Breeze here.
Great blocks and firing back with the rights. This is fighting spirit on display.
Ducks the shot. Again, that huge flying forearm. But how much did it take out of him on the way down? He dropped Breeze, but he landed on that injured arm, Warzeka.
He says you should always bet on Bright. He's betting on himself right now. Raymond Bright is betting on himself. There's no reason to believe he can come back and win, but he believes.
Pure and utter adrenaline, landing on his feet, kipping up and a neck breaker. But again, Planting elbow
15
first
minutes.
on that injured arm. Cover! No, not enough.
It was 1 or 2 seconds that went by that it took him to recover from grabbing his arm and get over to the pin. That could have made a difference.
Yeah, 3 is all you need. Raymond Bright, you can hardly blame him. He's fighting like hell, but he wasted those precious seconds. And he's not looking to fly. He's not looking to go to the top.
It looks like he was calling for it.
No, Mark, with an injury, that's already a high-risk maneuver. It's called that for a reason. With an injured arm, come on, man.
Raymond Bright
He's
is on the outside.
He's got to be thinking Stargrazer. He's got to be thinking that signature frog splash. But Alan Breeze saw it coming. Alan Breeze beats on the top with an avalanche, belly to belly.
And he's going to go quickly to the cover and be able to capitalize. Hooked both legs, but wasn't able to get him.
And now, Alan Breeze wants to put an exclamation mark. Hammerlock body slam.
Oh, nasty. Another.
Look at a double tap. Alan Breeze wants strong survivor contention. No. Alan Breeze needs strong survivor contention. May 9th in his hometown of Ontario, California. It'll end Raymond Bright's career on his way if he needs to.
Power slam.
Cover. Still not enough.
I admire his ability to stay in the fight, to keep kicking out, but it's gonna take more than that, Jordan, for him to come back and actually win this match.
How does he do it? He's got an injured arm. How does he do it? How do you fight? How do you lift Breeze up?
I don't know. And I don't know if he knows. He's just staying on instinct and trying to stay in this one.
Breeze back up to his feet. There is no mercy, there is no remorse, there is no friendship for his training partner Raymond Bright right now.
Can he
Bright evades. He may have lost the arm, but he has not lost the quickness. Body slam of his own.
Go. You gotta get over and cover.
He's out cold, man. He's not moving. The pain might be so, now he's coming to, but the pain might have been so much that he was unconscious for a moment there.
He's finally there.
All you need is body-on-body contact, but it's not enough. You know, Mark, I thought it was going to be very, very hard for Alan Breeze to top that main event effort against Wicked back at Academy Showcase 4.
Oh, it was a hell of a match.
But right here, we are pushing things to their limit. And Raymond Bright, again, has Alan Breeze in position. Don't do this, Bright.
I don't know if it's wise. I don't even know if it's possible.
He's going again to that top rope. He's going again for that Stargrazer. But if you don't land this, it's all over. And I'm not just talking about the match. MYD Stargrazer!
No!
But caught in the clutches of Breeze.
Breeze knew it was coming. Breeze countered it. What a genius counter.
There's nowhere for Bright to go.
That was a brilliant counter. What great ring IQ.
Can he
Alan
make
Breeze.
it? Can he make it, Warseka? He's fingertips away from that bottom rope. Can he make it?
Justin Borden, our referee, right there. He's right there.
He's so close. He's so close. He might have no choice. Warseka.
I can't tell. He's not.
That's it. He tapped. That's it.
パドレージ19分2秒アラン・ブリーズ選手の勝利です。
Alan Breeze is your inaugural New Japan Academy Cup winner. And with that, he has punched his ticket to the Strong Survivor Showcase. May 9th, Ontario, California, his hometown for New Japan Strong Resurgence.
He's gonna call the family. He's gonna call up all his friends. Get tickets in the front row. Come and see me try to become the strong survivor when I come home.
But how about Raymond Bright? A Herculean effort here tonight.
Absolutely incredible heart on display from Raymond Bright.
Injured arm and all. Raymond Bright took it to his limit, and it just wasn't enough, but even Alan Breeze recognizes it. Even Alan Breeze recognizes the heart of 5-star Raymond Bright.
Nice to see this display of sportsmanship. Yes, Alan Breeze targeted that arm. He went after it as a competitor, but he did it within the rules. He didn't take any cheap shots. And he won a great victory in the first ever New Japan Academy Cup. Academy advisor Rocky Romero is in the ring and calling for the microphone.
And there you see it, fans. The New Japan Academy Cup. Alan Breeze, the quarterback, as christened by Fred Rosser, the first to be granted the honor. And he earned every single bit of it.
God, that's gotta feel good.
Holding his victory high. Alan Breeze is once again New Japan strong.
As much as I'd like to say something, this is not my moment. This is all yours. So talk to these people, please.
Thank you, Rocky. Man, these past few months have been the hardest of my life. I've had injury after injury, and I'm just like the rest of you. I'm human. I had a lot of self-doubt about this tournament. But once I heard this was my only way to get a resurgence, I knew what I had to do. I had to suck it up and show my fighting spirit. I had to suck it up and beat Steven Stetson and to beat the great competitor in 5-star Raymond Bright. And I'll do whatever it takes. You guys just saw that, and then I'll do whatever it takes. I need a win, because I need to represent this academy. It brings me so much honor to be the first winner of the new Academy Cup. But looking forward, Resurgence in Ontario, California, Alan Breeze will be your new strong survivor.
The silly noodle guy is dead. Long live the New Japan Academy Cup winner. Long live strong survivor contender. Long live Alan Breeze.
NJPW Academy Cup 2025はアラン・ブリーズ選手の優勝です。
Mark Warzeka, what a night.
He spent so much time in this ring, in this dojo, in these camps, and all of the blood, sweat, and tears has paid off for Alan Breeze.
We will see you May 9th in Ontario, California for Resurgence. But before then, it's time to find out who Alan Breeze will be challenging. CJ Tino versus Zane J coming at you April 11th. Windy City Riot in Chicago, Illinois, exclusively on New Japan World. For Mark Warzeka, I'm Jordan Castle. This has been the 2025 New Japan Academy Cup. We thank you for joining us.
NJPW Academy at the LA Dojo. Looking to start your journey or add to your existing knowledge? NJPW Academy is the place to be. There's only one place to get New Japan strong, and that's the NJPW Academy. Head to njpw1972.com for more information.
I want you for NJPW Academy.